Young Rizzler on the track. Get my man E-Money in the back. They call him Lazarus, cause he's coming back. Friend zone, baby, I'm in the zone. It feels like I'm all alone. Someone call my phone. I've been struggling, don't feel the bubbling. Deep down inside, it's just a dream.
We're back with another episode of Special Men. I'm your host, Sean Troutner.
And I'm your host, Gabe Craycraft.
Today, we will be joined by the one and only James Riffey. And we will be talking about childhood games. James, would you like to start us off?
Gladly. Personally, childhood, specifically video game that always stick with me is Minecraft. True classic of a game, if you know what I mean. Everybody knows about it. And I don't think it will ever die personally as a video game. What do you guys think?
I agree with you. I think that Minecraft will continue to gain an audience. I personally have been playing it for like the past 7 years. It's really been like the only game I've spent a whole ton of time on. Gabe, your thoughts on that?
Honestly, it's stuck around since it was created. Honestly, I don't think it's going away anytime soon. Like James said, it's going to be a good game for years to come, I think.
James, what is your favorite thing about Minecraft specifically?
Personally, I think about the creativity that you have involved with it. Always like trying to build or use your imagination to whatever. I think that's what originally stuck out with me as a kid when I was younger. Just be like, oh, I can build all this cool stuff. And now I'm just actually trying to complete the game instead of just being more creative. But personally, being creative and building with whatever really is a key point to that game.
You know, as a well-rounded player, I would have to say that my favorite thing is probably the PvE experience. Personally, Minecraft doesn't offer much because some of the mobs, they're kind of easy to defeat when you play it for a long time, but there are certain mods like RLcraft, which adds dragons into the game and stuff that can one-shot you early on in the game and you can never progress. Gabe, what would your favorite aspect of Minecraft be?
Honestly, I don't really know. There's just so many good parts of Minecraft. I feel like with some of the new updates that have come, there are some mobs that are a little bit harder to beat. But at the same time, yeah, no, I agree. The mods definitely add a lot to it. And the creativity, of course, like James said, is just, it opens up so many doors just because of how many different building materials there are. So honestly, I couldn't really just give you one aspect of Minecraft that's, that makes it a great game.
Do you have any other games you like to play, James?
That's a tough one. I mean, I think I'm more of when it comes to video games, I'm definitely a story. I like more about story games. And recently, the Insomniac Spider-Man games have been really good. And I highly recommend playing if you haven't played them, just because of the story and also gameplay.
As someone who has actually not played those games, would you like to explain and elaborate on what the objective is and what makes them so interesting to you?
Gladly. Personally, it's obviously a game about Spider-Man, and I am a pretty huge fan of Spider-Man's character. And in this video game, it kind of focuses on Peter Parker managing life. He's a well-rounded adult now. He's kind of getting into paying rent, all that, more past college student life, and he's trying to figure out all that while also being Spider-Man. And he's trying to work a job with Dr. Otto Octavius and continue while obviously villains are threatening the city. But not to spoil much about that game, it really does a good job of introducing characters and doing a well-rounded story, especially with Miles Morales. I personally was like, okay, that was an alright game, a little bit shorter than their main one. And then Spider-Man 2, they did a good job combining both of those characters' story and being able to swap between them with also using the PS5 abilities with the haptics and everything. And I'm excited personally for Spider-Man 3 because Insomniac has done an amazing job with their story for the game.
Very interesting. I may have to try that myself. You've inspired me, James. Gabe, do you have any thoughts on that?
I love Spider-Man. I think I've only played Spider-Man 2, I believe. Maybe some Miles Morales, but I'm pretty sure that was more of a DLC, was the Miles Morales part. I don't know though. Really good storyline, like James said. Just a lot of interesting details that they like to incorporate into it, and ways that you can keep going after the storyline's over, so that you can keep having fun swinging around the city and everything.
Very interesting. Well, one game I have been spending a lot of time playing more recently actually is Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2. I've been playing the zombies, and it's personally been very interesting to me because, of course, the objective is to basically survive, and there's only one map on the first one. The second one has a couple different ones, but I really like the town map on the second one. What are your guys' thoughts on Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies 1 and 2, or any other of the Call of Duty Black Ops?
I personally have not played really any of the COD games before. Maybe once at a friend's house, but I've never really had that experience. But the main thing I remember when I was always, people would bring up COD, was Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies. That was a huge deal. And that was one thing that people always loved about it. So I personally barely know anything, but I just always remember hearing good reviews about Black Ops Zombies.
Yeah, it's always been a really fun game for me personally. Gabe, what are your thoughts?
I also haven't played it, but for sure. It sounds like a really fun game, and if I get the chance, I'll 100% play it.
Are there any other games that you've been playing a lot recently?
Might get some heat for this, but Pal World, it's a pretty good game. Just the free roam ability of it, and just being able to go out and give Pokemon guns. I mean, what more could you ask for out of a game, right?
I mean, I haven't looked too much into Pal World, but as someone who grew up playing Pokemon, I guess that would be fun for me.
I've seen some gameplay. My roommate has it, so I'll sometimes be watching him play the video game. And it does look quite interesting, seeing Pokemon with guns. I find that very intriguing. And also just the other aspects with what the Pokemon can help do by building your very strong empire.
So, as the only one who has really played Pal World out of all of us, Gabe, what are some other aspects that you really enjoy about it that have made you kind of stick with it?
So there's like a progression to it. You basically have to unlock different items from your workbench, and then after you unlock them, you have to go out and get the materials to build them and everything. And instead of like in Pokemon, you could just buy Pokeballs or something. You have to like find the materials to build your Pokeballs, or whatever they call them, Pal Spheres, I think. But I don't know. It's just interesting because there's so much stuff to unlock.
I mean, it certainly sounds that way. James, do you have another game that maybe you've spent a lot of time on, either recently or in the past?
In the past, I've actually been thinking about this as we were sitting down. The Lego video games. Those have always, I think, were a huge part of my childhood. It's like there's so many variants, like Lego, like Jurassic World, Lego Star Wars, and then recently them coming out with Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, and constantly building more into the Lego games. I've always found them fun. I kind of personally want to go back into them and play them a little bit more again, because I wish if I had the ability to, I definitely would. But those came to mind, and I think those are a true classic video game.
I mean, for sure, I played Lego Star Wars, Lego Lord of the Rings, Dimensions.
I do remember that. That's how I was introduced to Doctor Who, a really good show.
I haven't played Lego Dimensions, but definitely Lego games in general. 100% phenomenal games. And then, on top of that, when they were huge for me was, when I was younger, and when I was, playing it with friends, and, it was during the era of the Wii, which, phenomenal gaming console, by the way. But just, you know, great time for gaming, great time for Legos especially, and, you know, they haven't taken a decline, so.
I would say I have to agree to that. James, do you have any last minute thoughts?
Just when playing video games, leave your mind to imagination. Just enjoy it. Have fun. It's supposed to just be yourself while playing games. Always have fun.
Well, boys and girls, that's the word on the street. And until next time.
We're on the search for the forbidden glizzy.
Whistling the firecracker in Clash Royale, but you know she be cracking my heart. You know we came oh so far, but she left me after the 3-star.